Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. It's a Sunday afternoon. I'm back home after a lovely few days in Cape Town. I have the dog sitting with me and I have Fluffy also. She's having a snack, keeping their eye on me. Why did you go away? Left them with a very, very lovely dog sitter, but still, how dare you? So I'm under surveillance at the moment, shall we say. And in between the dog and the cat, I have the Urban Tarot. And the Urban Tarot, a pretty new deck for me. I'm still trying to figure out how to shuffle with it. Quite big cards, so they might go flying all over the place when I start to shuffle again. But I'm using them because I'm having a look at Harry and his apparent delight at the way things are going with the mockumentary, according to a very close source. I wonder who that could be. It's a puzzle, isn't it? But according to this very close source, Harry has no regrets over the Netflix mockumentary. He's delighted with how he is coming across and has absolutely no regrets. He wants, in fact, Prince William and King Charles to watch. He thinks that it will help them understand the sorrows and the suffering and his travails, his trials and tribulations that he and Meghan went through. And then, it will all be understood. His bravery at doing this, like his mother did the Martin Bashir interview and all the rest of it, the nonsense, my opinion, absolute nonsense. Let me just say, it is just a tarot reading, or just my opinion, and or for entertainment purposes. There is a disclaimer in the box below. And so we've got all of that out the way. Let's do a Celtic cross with the Urban Tarot and see what the cards want to tell us about Harry and his state of mind right now, his delight. I would say Duper's delight at what is going on. A little bit more shuffling. I know it's irritating, but you've got to get the right energy into these cards and train them a bit. That their fate now, well, for the foreseeable future, is to read on Guess Who. How funny. Who came out but Harry and Meghan. So I think we're good to go and put them back in. We'll cut the deck, we'll lay out the Celtic cross, just a standard Celtic cross. I'm not repurposing it in any particular way today. And we'll just see what the Urban Tarot has to tell us about Harry and his state of mind right now, his delight. At the way things are going. Puzzling to me, because if you look at the headlines on the Daily Mail, if you look at CNN, if you look at publicity, popularity polls, things like that, it doesn't look very good. But it doesn't matter to him, apparently. And there we are. We've got our cards out, our very large cards. And we have the Chariot as the underlying energy. It's the William card, first and foremost, the Chariot, the Cancerian major arcana. But it is also ambition, political ambition, drive, determination, getting to your goal. He's going forward as far as he is concerned. That is a very determined energy, a very focused energy, and going forward quite speedily and quite aggressively, the Chariot, forward momentum. He's happy with this. He's happy that finally things are coming out. He's getting his chance to tell it the way he wants to tell it. And he's thinking that people are now going to sit up and take notice with that Chariot card as the underlying energy. It's a bit chilling to me, particularly the way it's depicted here in the Urban Tarot. But anyway, let's get on with the reading proper. And let's look at the heart of this reading and see what is going on with Harry. It's from Harry's point of view. And we have the it is the Three of Swords. Sorry, I always read this card wrong. It's the Three of Swords in reverse. It's the card of sorrow, as it says. Yes, it is sorrow. The three swords normally stabbing through the heart. A sorrow, betrayal, loss, devastation, heartache. It's in the reverse. He is trying to get over grief and loss and betrayal as he sees it. And he thinks that the way to do it is to do this, to film himself. And in all his moments of crisis, they apparently were advised to do this. as a form of therapy, and we know he does like therapy. And so it's his way of expressing his heartache and his betrayal and his losses, a loss of his mother, betrayal at the hands of the royal family and the courtiers and all the rest of it. In his opinion, that is his mindset. That is what's going on at the heart of all of this. What is in his way? What's crossing him? What's an obstacle? What's a problem for him right now? And it is the Six of Cups. I wouldn't agree with the description there. Pleasure, not at all. I very often don't agree with the keywords that people put on tarot decks. I don't know why they decide to read things differently. The Six of Cups is about the past. It's about memory. It's about innocence. It's about the people from the past. And the people from the past are his family, his father, his brother, his sister-in-law, yes, his mother. But it's about those people. And in order to express his sense of indignation and heartache and betrayal, he's got to really betray them. He's got to betray his past. He's got to revisit his past and possibly reimagine it and go to places he might not want to go to, but he's also going to harm those relationships, those long-standing relationships, those old friendships that go back to childhood. And the memories from there. And he's already said he doesn't really have memories of his mother, but he certainly has memories of life with his brother and his father and his sister-in-law. And his problem is that in exposing his own hurt and sense of betrayal and heartache, he's going to, in my opinion, harm them. That is what that card is telling me. So what is going on in his subconscious, his motives, what's really in his mind right now that's driving this? And we've got the Chariot, and when I say driving it, it really is driving. And we got the Three of Cups. It is abundance. I don't see the Three of Cups as abundance. Again, I see it as pleasure. There, pleasure is partying, is celebrating, is hanging out with friends. This is the thing that he's cooked up with friends. I saw that yesterday in the reading that I did yesterday. That startled me rather. And about the house and why they were so happy to use someone else's house to film themselves. Harry and Meghan. And again, I'm getting the sense that there is a team at work here, and it's friends and people egging him on. Come on, come on, come on. People he views as friends, people who are perhaps enjoying the situation a little bit too much. His attacks on the royal family, I'm getting that same energy. That same energy has bled through into this reading. Just telling you that. If you're interested, it's there in the Royals playlist. You can go and have a look. But it is the same energy. Friends that are egging him on. What is his goal? What is his aim with what is going on here? And we get the Three of Works. That's the Three of Pentacles. And that is, again, the same energy. It's the team. It's the collaboration. This is something that has been cooked up. I have to say this, it's a complete repeat of yesterday's energy. It's still here, even though I have traveled quite a long distance away physically, and I'm using completely different cards. I'm in a completely different place. The energy has come along with me and is wanting to be expressed again. It's wanting to tell us this. The tarot is quite clear that we need to know that this is a group effort. This is something that's been cooked up with friends, and that is a collaboration to make money, and all working together, all conspiring together, and building something that he believes in, whether it is putting him up as some sort of figurehead for something in the US. I don't know. I don't know what the ultimate goal is of all of this. I've read on things like this in the past, but he is happy with this because the structure is going up, as you can see, with the crane and the building that's going up, story after story after story. It's not a very pretty building, but we are in the Urban Tarot, and King Charles is not in charge of the design of this city we are in. So let's have a look at leading up to the release of the mockumentary, his feelings, his energy, what was going on. And we have another 3. Interesting. We have now the 3 of Wands, and I'm just going to have to stop for a little cough. And I'm back again with the 3 of Wands in reverse. The card that is called Virtue in the Urban Tarot, and in my Sapphire truck, and in my normal Rider-Waite sense of that, the 3 of Wands is the card of expectation, of growth, and of waiting, and it's in the reverse. He was, I think, quite nervous. He was fed up with waiting for this to be streamed, for this mockumentary to be streamed. Impatient, the Chariot underlying energy, wanted it out there, wanted his message out there, but he was anxious that it might not take hold, it might not spread, it might wither. It might wither, and the editing suite, it might lose some of its impetus. That's what I'm getting from that card. Very happy with things now, according to the news headlines. 3s again. We've got the 3s and the 3s and the 3s and the 3s. I think we've got all of them now. That this is teamwork. This was a team effort. Him, Meghan, him. The director, him and Netflix and Meghan, whoever else, the Oprahs, the Tyler Perrys, the Elton Johns, the George Clooney's, whoever was behind them at the very beginning of this, the Meghan's management team in California, all of that. Very happy with it, but anxious, nervous. He was nervous about it. Coming energy, how the immediate aftermath of this, how's that going to be going? And we're going to have a 5 of Wands in reverse, strife, it says. That is, it's a conflict card, the 5 of Wands. He's going to be embattled. I'm reading this card in the reverse as extreme energy of conflict. Conflict within the royal family, conflict within his little team, his little gang here that he's got with all these 3s. So conflict all over the place, conflict with the public, conflict with the British establishment. They've already come out and said, don't bother to show up at the coronation. We don't want you. I'll be reading on that at some stage. But the conflict is going to be immense. It's going to be ongoing, and it's going to be exhausting and daunting for him. It's fighting dirty. It is just a really very ugly energy, the 5 of Wands, and particularly when it's in reverse and in its extreme force, extreme version as I'm reading it today in this reading. So not looking very good for him in the near future, as I say, immediate aftermath of this reading. Tell us now about his attitude to the royal family right now. Because he allegedly, according to the source very close to him, is hoping that this is going to somehow smooth things over with Charles and William and the rest of the royal family and make everything good again. They're going to see things from his point of view and feel sorry for him and feel regretful and remorseful, I gather, and apologize and wring their hands and woe is us, and we didn't realize how terrible it was for you. I'm being sarcastic in case you don't realize. His attitude to the royal family, what is it? The Lovers in reverse. Major Arcana, Splitsville. That's not how he's feeling towards them. It is a breakup card. It's a separation card. It's a choice card. It's always a difficult choice, a bad choice when things are in the reverse. He himself, this card is telling me, is making a bad choice to split from them. It's also, just by the way, the Gemini card, one of the Gemini cards. It is a Prince Philip energy. I think there's still some hostility towards Prince Philip that is lying around in him and isn't being expressed, but could possibly be motivating some of the things that he's doing. I don't want to dig into that right now, but I'm sure that many of you listening to this, watching this, will know what I'm really insinuating there. With his mum, but we'll move on from that. Lovers in reverse. He does not want reconciliation with him. Whatever the source close to him is telling you, what the cards are telling me is that he's quite happy to break up with them, quite happy to go it alone. We'll scooch that card out the way and get on with what pressure he's under right now, if any. And yeah, well, there is some pressure here. We've got the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, but it's in reverse. A science, it says here. And I know it's not based on Rider-Waite, this tarot, but I'm going to read it as Rider-Waite. If you're wondering what on earth I'm doing, ignoring the words on the cards and just going along with Rider-Waite, that's what I'm doing. And Six of Swords, he's worried. Well, no, he's not worried. The pressure is that he's in trouble, has been. He is in trouble, and he is stuck in that trouble. Six of Swords, upright. It's heading off away from difficulty, away from those stormy seas, and going into a better times. But the card in the reverse is not moving away from trouble, staying in trouble. So whatever he's thinking, whatever he's saying, he is still in it. He's in conflict with people, and he's in trouble with people. It's also the international travel card in Rider-Waite Tarot. It is difficult for him. The difficulty has to do with overseas. He is the overseas sun now, of course. And so he has been banished to a certain extent. And he doesn't like it, I don't think, from this card. Also telling me he doesn't like it. The science thing, just by the way, you know, it's about clarity and logic and using your mind to achieve harmony and balance and understand the nature of the world. So this card was also telling me that he is not being logical, not being rational, not being scientific. He's being irrational. And I think that's quite fitting for Harry, the Harry that I know, the energy of the Harry that I read here with these cards on this tarot table. So that's just by the way. Hopes and fears for has been right now. Hopes and fears. And we get a big card. A big card. It is called Art. It is in fact the Temperance card. Normally, there you can see the angel in the background of the Temperance card. Art is the melding of elements to create something, and that's the interpretation of this card in the Urban Tarot. But the Temperance card is balancing, is harmonizing, is major arcana. He is concerned that this is not going to go well, that this is not going to have the outcome that he wants. And the outcome that he wants is to say, this is my narrative, I am right, you've got to listen to me, and I am the only one that can fix this mess in the royal family. He doesn't want to make up with them. We see that clearly down here with the Lovers in reverse. He doesn't want to make up with them. He doesn't want to get close to them again, because they've betrayed him in his mind with the Three of Swords that's sitting at the heart of this reading. But he is afraid that people are going to see him as a troublemaker, stirring rather than fixing. He doesn't want to be seen in that light. He's very intent on his own image, and his image being of the one that is enlightened and awake and aware of all the toxicity in the royal family, and the one that's doing the work on themselves to fix himself. And he's worried that it's not going to come across, that it's going to come across negatively instead. Instead of being angel, in fact, he will come across as devil. And that's quite an insight that is in his mind. And it should be in his mind, because that is exactly how he is coming across, even if he claims not to realize it. At some level, the cards are telling me that he is aware of it. He is aware that he could potentially be coming across very, very badly. And he's got his work cut out with that Five of Wands sitting in his near future. Just saying. Outcome for Harry of this delight with the way things are going, this alleged delight with the way things are going. Well, happy. He is going to maintain this story, and I've got two readings that have terrible cards in them, and then the outcome is just glorious, radiant, light, joy, spotlight. He's going to be all in the news. He's in the spotlight. He's going to feel vindicated at the end of it. The insight that is in here in this major arcana, the art card, is not reflected in the sun card. It's all going to go brilliantly in his mind for him. So this delight is going to continue. And this is just the energy at the moment. Reading that I've just done today had a similar kind of energy, a really gloomy and devastating energy. And then the last card was, it's all great, it's all going to go fantastically. Excuse me. And the same thing here. And I think there are enough people propping the Harkles up still, even though they are shedding people at quite a rate. There are enough people propping the Harkles up and wanting them to do well, for them to seem to be doing well. So the story is going to run for a while longer. Don't despair when you see these cards, when you see the sun. This is Harry's mind. This is his experience of the situation. It's not necessarily the truth of the situation, but it is his truth and how he's feeling. And he's going to be feeling like king of the world as a result of this mockumentary that he and his lovely wife have produced for us. But it's because it needs to succeed. It needs to do well. And there are enough people pushing behind the scenes for it to succeed and do well, that in his own mind, he's going to see it that way. Interesting energy. We'll read on it again later. I'm losing my voice. And see how this energy sustains itself in the next few weeks or months. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you again tomorrow.